Okay, I'm going to take a shot at adding a canopy. Greenhouse, also known as a greenhouse, are basically the windows and um, roof structure, and or you could just add a little front windshield if you really wanted to do a roadster. So what I did is I already did it. I selected on that mid plane again and said new sketch. So I selected on the right plane, actually, right. Oh, right. It's not going to let me. It's because I already have it selected. Sorry. So I'm sketching on this right plane, and I'm going to have to do a spline again. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball this as what I imagine would work for the body. I think in this case, you can kind of see I can kind of play around with it just as I drift back and forth, like what I'd like to see on this car. And I was thinking maybe something more like such. So I'll probably drop that first point right there, and then I'll probably make a second one to try and keep that angle a little better. There we go. And then I'll come back maybe with only one point to finish that. And then another one. There we go. I kind of like that. So I'm going to double click and end that. I'm realizing that's too high up right now as I'm looking at it. So I'll probably go and try and lower this down. Control Z, actually. I think I can probably move the whole thing. Nope. Anna. I wonder if I can hold control. Oh, that's right. And so what if I try and move these down together? There we go. Yeah, something more like that. I think is what I'm liking here. Almost like a Porsche canopy. Sportster. And that's good because it goes under the surface of the top. And I'm going to want that when I go to construct the volume of that. So what I would probably do, what seems the best for this style of car, would be maybe have two more of those kind of control lines here and here, or splines. But I can kind of fake that, I think, just from going with this right now. So let me finish this up. What I mean by that is, let me go ahead and add a bottom. So that's a closed profile that I can extrude. Actually, see how it dipped below? See how I missed it a little bit right there? I want to do that because I need that to go a little further down. So I'm going to do something like that, so that when I go to extrude it, it all becomes one body there. So symmetric. So this time when I pull it out, I probably want it to be a new separate piece of geometry until I get further along that I actually want to join those elements. All right, so I'm going to show you the trick that I was thinking about doing. It's using the draft tool. So it's this tool here, and you can change the angle of any face relative to some known plane. So watch, it wants the neutral plane, which I'm going to select as this front plane here if it will let me pick that. It's going to be hard for it to figure out that I want. I could actually make it relative to this back deck that I have. Yeah, that'll work actually. And then entities to draft, I could pick that. And what that's going to allow me to do is kind of move that at an angle. So I can move that out as at an angle more. So to kind of have that effect I'm looking for. And then the other thing, so what did I'll probably settle on, let's call it 3 degrees. And I'll have to remember to do that to the other side as well. So I'll do that again. I'll draft to this. And then entities to draft will be this one, but this time I'll go the opposite. Type in 3, enter. All right, so watch this. The other thing I want this to angle in more. So what I'm going to do is do that again. So this time I'm going to draft and I'm going to choose the top plane. And then the entities to draft. I'm going to try a trick. I'm going to see if I can pick both of them at the same time here. And then where is that going to not work? Yeah. That seems to be confusing it. So let me, oh, that is so odd. I don't know what that's doing right there, honestly. That seems like some kind of crazy error. There we go. Let's see if it'll figure that out. I don't think it likes what I'm trying to do. So I'll try this again, and hopefully I'll have a better result. Draft. And relative to this top plane, ground plane in a sense. There we go. And then what to draft? Again, I want to tip that glass inward. So we'll see if it'll do it this time. Yeah, see how I kind of want that profile to my header? That's called the header, that frame, remember the top of the doors and the windshield door header. 15 degrees, that actually seems to work pretty good. And I might say, okay, and I'm going to do that again and draft it. That's a nice feature, the draft feature. I use it in other 3D modeling applications, and it's always a handy tool to have because it can really help you sculpt and get the right angles on faces if you're creative with it and you know how to use it. And you're kind of seeing how you use it right here. So 15 degrees again, good. It matches the other side. That's actually pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with that. I may have been able to bring that down a little tighter. And since it's its own separate part, I created it as its own separate part, I can actually do that. So one of the things I can do is come back down here and say, all right, transform, translate by line, or translate X, Y, Z, and then I can just go grab that and sort of drop it down a little more. Okay, so maybe real quick before I end this video, I'll also show you that you can eventually get to the point where you're going to want to shell or thicken this and make body panels out of it, essentially. So let's say if I pick that form right there, just like we did with the cell phone cover, and I can make it, actually you can make it, sheet metal thick, which by the way is usually only like 1 millimeter. But I'll make it thicker than that. I'll make it 10 millimeters. And make it new maybe. There we go. Make sure I pick this side too. There we go. And now what I could do is, that's that body. I think the other, yeah, you see how that's just empty sheet metal now? Pretty cool, actually, isn't it? And eventually what I actually did this already. I didn't show the video to you. I was just playing around with it, but I already created these circles to represent the wheels. And I could go and extrude those. And I'm going to use them to remove. There we go. Oh, I messed that up by not telling it what to remove. So I really wanted to pick on that. There we go. So now you're getting a clearer picture of what my intent here is of this design. Okay. So a lot more can go into this. You know, we can create a lot of cool features for this vehicle. Some sweet wheels. We can even import a motor and do an exploded view. So it will be kind of up to you guys with how far you want to take this project, because I got people at different levels here. I'm willing to take this project as far as you want. Make a full model that we can sort of even animate if we really want to go for that. That will really, again, all depend on you guys, okay?